We're here today at 360 Gearboxes and Diffs with Jackie. Now Jackie, I get asked all the time, is there a better gear for towing with a four-wheel drive?
Yes, there is, Simon. We see a lot of broken gearboxes that have been towing in fifth gear, and that's why they're here.
Well, what gear should they be towing in?
Generally, fourth gear is the best towing gear if you've got a 5-speed.
And why is that?
So this is just a gear train out of 100 1HZ non-turbo gearbox, and I'll just go through the gears with you. Fifth gear is right here at the back. Reverse gear is just down here, this little one. But first gear, the largest gear, which can take the largest force, I suppose you could say, is right here. Then you've got second, third gear and fourth gear. And then to get to fifth, you've got the power of force going all the way to the back. So this is really only an overdrive gear, and this is your 1-to-1 ratio in fourth gear. So as you can see here, fifth gear is such a small gear, it's the weakest part of your gearbox in this one. So if you were towing in fifth gear in this vehicle, all the load is going from your fourth gear right through here to the cluster shaft, right through to the back of this gear, and then back up to fifth. So that's the longest route of power, and then also it's the smallest gear there. So they're the two reasons why you shouldn't tow in fifth gear.
Now Jackie, I noticed that there seems to be some parts missing from the gears here on this gearbox.
This particular driver was towing a 4-ton boat in fifth gear, and it literally went bang. So first gear thrust washer failed, spat out the side of the box, punched a hole through the housing and melted fifth gear.
So Jackie, the best advice for four-wheel drivers if they do have a 5-speed gearbox, if it's an overdrive, definitely don't tow in fifth gear.
Correct.
And what else can be done to a gearbox if they have got one with a fifth gear overdrive?
For this particular one, we can strengthen it. It all depends on the vehicle and the gearbox. So this particular one can be strengthened. We strengthen it from first gear right through to fifth gear to prevent it from twisting under load. We still don't recommend that you tow in fifth, but strengthening it, if you're towing, for example, you're still carrying the load. You've still got to go from first gear to second to third and fourth. So that gear train is under far more load because it's towing a heavy load.
Well Jackie, can all 5-speed gearboxes in most four-wheel drives be rebuilt and strengthened?
Not all, no. This particular one we can strengthen, but some gearboxes we can't. This particular one here we can. This is in a Patrol, 3 litre or 4.2 litre, pre-2004 basically. These have the old main shafts with a very short fine spline, and the new modified fifth gear on the main shaft it's much larger and thicker spine and longer spline.
So Jackie, just to confirm, with the strengthened gearboxes, are people okay to tow in fifth gear?
We still don't recommend towing in fifth gear. We've just got to remember that if you've got a normal gearbox and you're towing a heavy load, your load's going to be from first gear right through. A modified gearbox or a strengthened gearbox will be stronger in every gear, but it will last longer in fifth gear, but we still don't recommend towing in fifth gear because it's still at the back. We haven't changed the design, we've just strengthened it.
So Jackie, can the average local mechanic strengthen these gearboxes?
Definitely not, Simon. This is all we do, gearbox rebuilding. So we've done years and years and years of testing. Definitely take your vehicle or your gearbox to a gearbox specialist to have the gearbox strengthened. So an experienced gearbox rebuilder will know already what fails in your gearbox. So a good gearbox rebuilder will replace all those components that fail, whereas a mechanic just working on a gearbox hasn't had that years and years and years of experience, and they might not know what commonly fails, so they may not replace those components. Also, a good gearbox rebuilder will only use top quality bearings. We only use the top 5. And gearbox grade bearings. We won't use anything less.
Well, Jackie, thank you so much. It's important that people get the right information. How can they get in contact with yourself?
Either via our Facebook page, on our website, 360gearboxesdiffs.com.au, or simply phoning us.
Jackie, thanks so much for the information.
Thank you.